putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. And I'm going to tell you one more time, I believe in my heart of hearts something very significant is happening in politics. 844-551-8255. And no, it is not just this show, because I'm not political. I'm just giving you opinion. I'm giving you life advice that happens to be politics. I don't want the IRS going, Kevin Jackson's political. I'm not political. I'm just talking to you about life. For all intents and purposes, this is a church. I'm a tax-deductible organization. This is a church. And the church, you got to tell people how to live their lives. What's in the good book? And the good book is the good book of conservatism. See, because we follow that thing called the Bible. And I'm telling you, folks, there's something happening that the Democrats, we are watching a widening. It isn't like the Democrats are holding ground. You know how they tell you that the Democrats have 40%, the Republicans have 40%, and we all fight over the 20% in between. It's not happening. The Democrats are losing ground. If they were 40 and we were 40-40, Donald Trump has made our 40-44, and the left have lost 4. It's 36 now to 44. So we may still be fighting over 20%, but I don't believe it. And in fact, I believe that 20% is shrinking as well, and it's probably 8% to 2%, 8 to 2 going towards Trump, giving us a 54 and them a 40, 54, 46. You know, yeah, I got it. I'll do the math. So, and here's why I say that. If you look at the popularity of their icons, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, they're nobodies. Nobody cares. They can't fill stadiums. They can't even fill a room. You look at their fundraising. I just talked about the fundraising a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I'll cover it again. But if you look at the real indicators, if you look at Donald Trump still filling venues, if you look at what happened, and I talked about this about Chappelle Nadal, the idea that they're really going to suspend this woman, kick her out of the Senate, and it is Congressional Black Caucus members who are leading the charge here. Folks, you're seeing something revolutionary. I'd ask you, tell me which candidate outside of Trump you think who could have gotten us here? Could Rand Paul? I like Rand Paul. Really good guy. I would like to have seen Rand Paul as Trump's VP. But let me tell you, he couldn't have done what Trump is doing. Pence couldn't have done it. Donald Trump is uniquely positioned to change politics the way he already has started. And it's permeating all segments of society. Women are getting it. The LGBT community are getting it. And you know what? We don't have to placate. Oh, let's placate to this, the LGBT. Let's talk to them. Let's talk to black folks. Let's talk to Hispanics. Let's talk to white folks, the disabled, the veterans. When all you care about is helping America, everybody gets it. I talked to you guys about the slogan. When it first came out, I had people laughing. I said, stop laughing. That's an amazing slogan. Amazing. How smart was Donald Trump to say, make America great again, and then follow that with America first? This is cataclysmic. And if we play our cards right, then we won't have to fight nearly as hard next time around, guys. That's what I'm looking for. Racist Democrats, folks, desperately trying to teach plantation Negroes that Donald Trump isn't good for black folks. But the real truth is, in the short, less than 8 months Trump's been in office, blacks are already better off. And I've alluded to this a couple of times in, whether it's the HBCUs or the H-1B visas, etc. Those were two things that really helped black folks, but they aren't mainstream type things where you could say, okay, well, black people are going to be excited across the board. It isn't like you come out one day and say, look, free chicken for every black man in America till he dies, because then I would be excited. Fried chicken. So what are the other signs? This one, and I'm going to read this. According to the Daily Caller, BLS stats show that from July of 2016 to July of 2017, the unemployment rate for black Americans has dropped 1 full percentage point. Last year, the rate was 8.4%. Now it's 7.4%. Donald Trump has shaved, hundreds of thousands of jobs, a percentage point off of unemployment, creating hundreds of thousands of jobs for blacks that were not there. And they're obviously taking advantage of it. Most of the gains came during Trump's administration. The rate has dropped from 8% to this March to 7.4% now. The lowest rate among blacks since December of 2000, some 17 years ago. And it's not a lot lower than the 16.8% black unemployment rate Obama saw at its worst level back in 2010. It is a lot lower, I should say. So people, you could argue, Obama shrunk the black rolls, whatever, during his presidency. He didn't. What Barack Obama did was sweep the black problem under the rug by saying, okay, they quit looking. And he got people signed up for disability and welfare and said, look, if you'll do that, we'll get you some money. If you're going to do the other, we're going to make you wait. And that's what's happened. There goes racist Donald Trump, folks, saving black people from the worst unemployment rate in 17 years. And this is bad news for the Democrats, because what are they going to do if Donald Trump steals their Negroes? Imagine more and more blacks living the American dream. More and more blacks relying less and less on government. See, this is a far cry from what Barack Obama delivered. And most blacks only admit this privately, but Obama crushed the black community. According to the National Review, the first black president is responsible for a decrease in the black American labor force participation by 2.4%. A decrease in the black teenager labor force by 2.7%. His policies increased poverty among blacks by 1.6% and brought a decrease in the median income of 1.5%. One would think that Obama intentionally was trying to hurt blacks, being honest with you. It's crazy. As Cat Williams put it, black people made Superman but forgot to ask if the N-word knew how to fly. We've played that clip before. Now, under new leadership, blacks have begun to thrive. During a press conference last week regarding the riots in Charlottesville, the press asked Donald Trump what he needed to heal race relations, and he responded, create jobs. Create jobs. The idle mind is the devil's workshop. Put a man to work. He doesn't have time to be, working on all this frivolous stuff that we continue to get bogged down in. We have companies, I'll say, pouring back into our country, and I think they're going to have a huge positive impact on race relations. You know why? It's jobs, Trump continued. What people want is jobs. They want great jobs and good pay, and watch how race relations will be. And he's right to a degree, but we still need that education system to come in, to kick in and say to these folks, look, it's one thing now that you have a job. One, I need you to remember who created it for you. It was a Republican. Two, I need you to praise the capitalist who got you the job. Or if you happen to be the capitalist, you need to go to number one. Thank Donald Trump for making your life easier. This is what we have to be thankful for. The Economic Policy Institute says jobs are essential to improving black communities. Increased employment would help people in these communities lift themselves out of poverty. In addition, because poor economic conditions are an important causal factor behind poor educational outcomes and high crime rates are correlated with high unemployment rates, creating job opportunities would improve educational outcomes and reduce crime. There's no doubt about this. In Trump's first 6 months in office, he's created over 1 million jobs, and in the same period, Barack Obama has lost 4 million. What began with Carrier, where Trump used his magic wand to save 1,000 jobs, continues now with many other companies, and these companies are out there looking for black employees, good ones. And let me tell you, I think the one service that Obama did to blacks is he says, look, I can't get you a job. So blacks are like, whenever I get a job, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to treasure it. I'm not going to squander it. I hope that's the case. Yeah, look. Unlike Obama, Trump plays call pocket. He doesn't refer to the obscure fake unemployment numbers. 29-year lows, by the way. He tells you where he's going to create jobs, and there's no misunderstanding. And blacks are going to get that, and they're going to support this man. I promise you.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.